Last inhale. And an exhale. I invite you to blink your eyes open and we'll transition to our backs. We'll begin warming up on our back. Feet on the floor, knees up toward the sky. Strong feet, knees are parallel, shoulder bridge. Inhale, lift your hips, curling the tailbone up. Exhale, lower the hips down. Inhale, guide the hips up and the knees forward. Exhale, hips down. Continue on your own breath rhythm. Up with an inhale, down with an exhale. One more. Now, we'll lift the hips up, release your left leg, dip the hips down and up, lower the foot, lower the hips. Hips, right leg. Hips go down, just tapping the hips and then back up, lower your leg and lower your hips. One more each side. Hips. Release one leg, the hips don't move, then you go straight down, straight up, foot down, hips down. Last time. Up, release your leg, hips down, hips up, foot down, and hips down. Hug your knee, breathe. Hug both knees, excuse me. You can rock side to side if that feels good, or forward and back. Keep your right knee, extend your left foot long. Heel is flexed. While you're folding your right knee in, circle your right ankle. And reverse your ankle circle. After your exhale, change legs. Right leg is long, both feet are flexed. Rhythmic breathing as you circle your left ankle. And the other direction. Bring both knees up to 90 degrees. Your arms can be out like a T. I don't quite have room, so I'll go like cactus arms. And without moving your torso at all, just tap your right heel down and up. Left heel down and up. It can be toes or heels. But you're stable through the core. The tendency is to arch your back. You're just moving the femur down and up. Down and up. Feeling a little stretch and engagement through the low abs. And down and up and down and up. Now we're going to advance that. Inhale and exhale, lift your head, neck, and shoulders. Now instead of tapping the foot down, you extend the foot out, kicking the plant if it's in your way. And then switch. And switch. And switch. There's a very light grip with your hands. You're doing all this work from your low abs. And inhale, inhale, exhale, two more. Inhale, exhale. Excellent. Release your head, neck, and shoulders. Hug your knees. You can move your knees like circles, or you can move them forward and back like levers, or in and out like pages of a book. Transitioning rotisserie style onto your belly. Or you can rock and roll, but we're coming onto our belly. Waking up our extension. So this is also core work, it's just the core on our backside. Press your pubic bone down so you're really anchored through the pelvis. Inhale, lift your spine up to sphinx. And then lower. You're using your mid-back to help you lift. Squeeze your back to lift. And lower. Lift. And lower. One more time, lift and sustain. And here you can press your forearms down or slide the forearms back toward your feet while you bring your chest forward. One more inhale. And exhale. Child's pose. Press up and back. Your knees can widen for the first child's pose. That's a little more accessible. Hips are toward the heels. Breathe. Here, we're checking in with our lower back. Bringing your breath into that space and trying to purposefully move the muscles of the lower back while you breathe. Walk your hands over to the left. You can place your right hand on the left or wrap your left hand around your back. One more inhale. And an exhale, walk back through center, table. I'm sorry, child's pose, and then to the second side. Left hand can stack on the right, or you can wrap your right hand around the back. Breathe. And inhale back through center. Let's come up to tabletop. We've done some work to activate our core. Let's check in with our spine. Cat and cow. Inhale, extend. Exhale, flex. Inhale, extend. Exhale, flex. Continue on your own rhythm. Letting go of everything else that's happening for you today and imagining that this is the only thing you have to do, the only thing you have to think about. One more cycle, a full inhale. And a full exhale. Come back to tabletop and we'll find our first downward dog. Spread your hands wide, tuck the toes and lift the hips up and back. Pedal through your feet as you breathe. Reach your heels toward the floor. While you reach your heels up, the knees are slightly bent as you do that. So maybe start with bent knees, then heels down and hips up. Moving the heels and hips away from each other extends the legs. Think about your arms for a moment. Let them rotate. Then come into strong shoulders in your downward dog. Breathe in. And breathe out. Undulate your body forward into plank. So you can ripple through the spine, flexing and then extending the spine parallel to the floor. Do a little tuck to the tail. So the tailbone sometimes pops out. Bring it in line with the crown of your head. Option to use your knees. Take an inhale, exhale, lower to the floor. Cobra. Release. Inhale, table, and back to downward dog. Walk your feet forward to your hands. Stand at the top of the mat, knees bent, torso draped over your spine. Check in with your breath once again. Bend your knees, engage your glutes, hands can come to your thighs, and slowly unfurl your spine all the way to standing. Once you stand, we'll do some movement for the shoulders. We've done a little bit of waking up for the hips and for the spine. Make tight fists with your hands, and you begin with your thumbs pointing forward. Arms circle up. There's a little squeeze to your upper back at the top, and then you start to rotate your thumbs downward, and you finish with the backs of your hands near to your side with the thumbs pointing backward. I'm sticking my thumbs out so you can see which way my arms are pointing. And then I change. My thumbs are forward. My thumbs go up and then they're pointing back. My thumbs start to rotate forward, down, and then point to my butt as I lower. Then they change. Thumbs up, rotate, point to your butt on the way down. Thumbs up, rotate, point to your butt. Up, rotate, thumbs point to your butt. Rotate. Now let's reverse that circle. So the thumbs are pointing in, the backs of your hands are forward. And then you reverse that, the thumbs come out and rotate up until they're pointing behind you. Thumbs behind you when you're above head. I know you can't see that. And then they come down, you finish with your hands forward. And thumbs go back. Turn up and down. Thumbs back. So your arms are turned in, and then they rotate outward and down. So I bring this to your attention, the way your arms rotate. Take your arms forward and see where my thumbs are pointing towards each other. Your thumbs rotate outward and inward. Outward and inward. And while I'm talking about my thumbs, you'll notice your whole upper arm bone does that motion. When you're in downward dog, the thumbs are pointing towards each other, yes? But you have the energy of the thumbs rotating forward, triceps in. So we'll think about that when we have our hands on the floor in a closed chain. But here we have an open chain. Open chains helps you open up through the shoulder joint. Whereas in downward dog, you have tightness and compression in that joint. You don't have the same freedom of motion that you do here while you're doing the same motion in the arms. All right, so that'll come into play in just a moment when we get back to downward dog. Start by lifting your right leg. Downward dog. Sun salutation A. Sweep your arms up. I got excited. Exhale, fold forward. Half lift, inhale. Plant your hands and step to plank. Pause for a moment. Again, knees are option. Lower to the floor. Cobra. Release. Table or plank. Downward dog. Now, think about what we just talked about. Your thumbs are pointing towards each other, but they're rotating forward, and they don't move. You just feel that spiraling external rotation in your upper arms. So again, thumbs are rotating forward, triceps inward. Breathe in. And breathe out. Walk your feet to your hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, release. A little bend to your knees, sweep up to stand. Hands return to the heart, pause. Reclaim your breath. And I'm turning down the music so you can hear me. I am so sorry. Thank you for checking in, yogis. That's hopefully a little better. All right, let's go into our second round. Before we do, let's do a review of that arm movement. Thumbs up, and then they rotate towards each other and then point down, pointing to your butt on the way down. So you end up with your thumbs pointing to your butt, and then you change. Thumbs forward. They rotate down, pointing to your butt. Thumbs forward. Thumbs down. Forward. And down. Then reverse that. Thumbs go out, pointing up to the sky. They end up pointing backward when they're above head, and then they stay forward as you lower. Point your thumbs back. Take them out and up, and down. One more time. Point the thumbs back, out and up, and down. All right, sun salutation again. Arms above head. Dive forward. Half lift, inhale. Plant your hands and step to plank. Extra breath if you choose. High plank, low plank. Cobra. And release, find table and downward dog. From downward dog, enjoy a breath in. And a breath out. Bring your feet together, step or hop, feet to hands at the top of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, lower. Drop your tail, sweep up to standing. And hands return to the heart. One arm circle, backward. And then the thumbs point down as they rotate. And one arm circle forward. We just reverse that action. And now we'll take our sun salutation. Sweep your arms up. Exhale, dive forward. Half lift. Step or hop, high to low plank. Cobra. And downward dog. Breath in. And breath out. Thinking about the rotational energy of your arms. Another breath in. And breath out. Look forward, walk your feet to the top of the mat or hop. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, lower. Drop your tail, sweep up to stand. And hands return to the heart. All right, yogis. Fun challenge here, I think so. We're gonna take our right leg up and we're gonna stand on one leg for a moment and do those arm circles. 3 circles back, focusing on the movement of your arms and the pathway of the thumbs. They point out, down toward the butt. The only thing that's moving is your arm. Last time your arms sweep up, you might look up. Exhale, step your right foot back and your hands sweep back with the foot. And you can do a little rock there and then drop your tail to sweep up into a lunge. I'm on the ball of the back foot. The hips are parallel to the front of your space or parallel to your shoulders. Take another breath in. Then reach forward, hands come to the floor. And you might adjust your stance, sliding the foot back just a little bit, so you're in a long runner's lunge. Take your left arm back. Let that arm circle all the way overhead. You're rotating your body. Take a breath in and a breath out. You reverse that circle and come forward. Now here from a runner's lunge, reach your arms up. You have a little more weight on your front foot and you open your body to Warrior 2. Breathe in. Warrior 2, your front leg is rotating, your back leg is parallel. Straighten that front leg, drop your front arm down, and sweep that arm back. It rises above head, And then you start to move your hips. You initiate this movement with your hips. You can bend that knee as you come into Trikonasana. The left arm follows, so now you have arms at 12 and 6. Breathe in. And breathe out. If you're with me last week, you know where we're going, but I'm changing it a little bit. Bend the knee. I know, and bring your arms up. The only thing that's different from here is you gather your energy here and step up. And then you go back to where you were. And as you do that, you adjust your front foot so both legs are parallel. Take your hands to your hips and fold forward. Breathe in, lengthen. And breathe out. Bend your knees, hands to thighs. Inhale as you stand all the way up. Turn your left toe out. Do a little bounce to step your feet all the way together with one big launch or 2 steps, and then you arrive back to standing. So that's the basic. We're going to add on later. Let's do the left side. Here on the left side, you lift the left leg, and instead of forward circles, we're going to do backward circles. Thumbs point backward, out and down. Thumbs backward, up and point your thumbs backward and then rotate open. And the last time, arms are up and you reach forward as you step the foot back. And I like to do a little rock and then drop the pelvis to sweep the arms up. Here you're in a lunge, hips and shoulders are square. Take a breath in. Breathe out, reach forward, your hands touch the floor. You may, if you like, adjust your back foot, taking a little deeper lunge. Circle your right arm back, allowing your chest to open. Then reverse that circle with the arm. Your weight is more on your front foot. You bring your torso up and you adjust the back leg. And you did most of that work with the weight on the front foot. Now, the front leg is turned out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Straighten that front leg. Drop your arms down. The right arm circles back, overhead, and then initiate with your pelvis. Move the hips back as you reach forward. And that knee can bend. Notice my knee bends just a little bit because my legs are tight today. And your left arm follows. And then you reverse. Here you bend into the knee and bring the arms up. Now we swing our left foot forward. And we step it back. Turn your legs parallel. This time we'll interlace the hands behind back. And fold. Breathe in. And breathe out. Bring your hands down to your hips. Unclasp the hands. Bend the knees to bring your torso up. Turn the right leg out. You load the spring, putting the weight in your pelvis and step to the right foot. The arms can be above head and then hands to the heart. All right, yogis. Here we go. We'll do that again. We're adding on just one thing this round. Right leg lifts. Arm circle. 2 more arm circles. Your standing leg is so strong. Nothing else is moving. This last circle, your gaze can follow up, then step back, maybe a little rock, and then reach. Squeeze your shoulders. Reach forward. Long runner's lunge and keep your left arm circling into your twist. Reverse that circle. Come up, warrior 2. Straighten the back leg, circle the left arm. And Trikonasana. Let's take a breath in this shape. And bend the front knee. prepared to move your weight to the left foot. Step up and step back. Turn the legs parallel. Breathe in and breathe out. Fold over the legs. Pause here. Inhale and exhale. Narrow your feet just a little bit. Interlace or try to hold on to opposite hands with the arms crossed, or hands to the opposite legs with the arms crossed. This is confusing. Listen. Whichever arm is on top, move your head. Let me say that again. Whichever arm is on the bottom, move your head toward the bottom arm and try to peek under your top arm. And then come back. Do that again. So whichever arm is underneath, move your head that direction and try to look under your top arm, and then reverse. Now change. Put the other arm on top. So you move toward the bottom shoulder, that's to my right, and then I'm looking under my left arm. And then I come back. Do that one more time. Move your torso and head to the right shoulder, trying to peek under your arm. Hello. And then come back. Bend your knees, hands to thighs, and inhale as you stand up. Turn your left toes out and swing your body up. And stand. How'd that go? Crossed arm twist? What? All right. Second side. Bring your left leg up and we do backward arm circles on the second side. 1, 2, and 3. The next time your arms arrive above head, you're welcome to look up and step your foot back. A little bounce, and then extend. Squeeze. Reach up and forward. Hands touch the floor. Keep your right arm circling into your twist. Parivrita, Parshvakonasana. Reverse. Your weight is mostly on your right foot as you transition up and open to Warrior 2. Drop your front arm. Straighten your back or front leg as you circle the arm up and over and take it into Trikonasana. Breathe. Bend back into your lunge. Bring your body up. Here we step up, hoom, and back, shoom. Turn your legs out. Interlace your hands behind. Breathe in. Here, move your hips forward, and actually before we fold, pause for a moment, letting your knuckles reach down and your chest reach up. Your hips are really forward. Then look forward. Now move your hips back as you fold. Thumbs down to your sacrum. Bend your knees, hands to the thighs. And inhale as you stand up. Turn your right toes out and step to your right foot. Hands to the heart. Third time through, same thing, but in the middle of all of that, we're going to add a balancing sequence and stand on one leg for about a minute. So, after we do the twist, and you open to Warrior 2 and Trikonasana, we're going to come to one leg, and that's where it'll pause, and we'll do a little standing sequence. Here we go. Right leg up, arm circle. 1. Your standing leg is so strong. 2. Your core is stable, so you can isolate movement in the shoulders. 3. Next time you can look up and drop your pelvis as you swing, and then circle. Squeeze your shoulders. Reach up and forward. Keep your left arm moving. Reverse the pathway of your left arm. Bring your body up, Warrior 2. Straighten the front leg. Circle your left arm down and up. Right arm follows along for Trikonasana, a breath in and a breath out. Here we are. You're loaded in that front hip and stand. I'm just going to turn to face the front so you can see. Breathe in and breathe out. Cross your right ankle over your left, arms out to a T. From here we have eagle legs, right arm under left, either hugging shoulders or binding arms together. Inhale and exhale, sit lower. So you move your pubic bone back in space to sit lower. Squeeze your legs. On your next inhale, stand up and step your right foot back. Turn both legs parallel, and now we pick up where we left off. Inhale and exhale, fold. Half lift. And exhale, fold. If you liked the crossed arm variation, you can narrow your legs and try that once on each side. Otherwise, you can just hold onto your feet, drawing your torso close. I like the crossed arm variation. It really gets into this low back flank space for me. A part that's hard to find in other stretches. And if you did one side, then change arms to do the other side. If you're hanging out in your forward fold, just enjoy your forward fold with breath. One more inhale, and gently release your grip. Bend knees. Inhale your torso up, turn your left toes out, and step your feet together. Big step. And let's do our second side. Here we are, left leg. And our arms, reverse the circle. I did that incorrectly. 1, 2, 3. The next time your arms rise above head, you can look up and then swing. Inhale, exhale, squeeze your shoulders. Reach up and forward. Left hand touches, keep your right hand moving. Reverse the circle. Warrior 2, inhale. Exhale. Straighten right leg, drop your right arm down. Circle that arm back across the body and up and over. Left arm follows. Breathe in. And breathe out, bend your knee. Inhale, body up. And swing back to standing. Here we are. You're on your left leg. Cross left over right. Whew, I lost my balance there. Left arm under right as you bind the arms or shoulders. Yogi's choice. But squeeze your legs. Whew. Last breath in and breath out. Unlock, sweep your arms up and step it back. Interlace your hands behind your back. Breathe in and breathe out, fold. Wide-legged forward fold. Thumbs down to the hips, bend your knees, inhale the body up, turn your right toes to the front, sweep up, and stand. Find your breath again, yogis. That sequence was fantastic. I felt your energy. Now let's do a little stable balancing. Stand on your left leg, release your right. And we've done a lot of this movement already. So while it feels static, there's a lot of dynamic energy in the body. I'm drawing my belly button in, I'm lengthening my spine up, and I'm pressing my standing leg down. From here, the belt buckle stays square. Open up your right hip. Actually, just the femur. The hips stay perfectly square. Left arm can extend, gaze can follow. Another breath in. Exhale, close like a book. Trade hands. The belt buckle stays square. You rotate your ribs to the right. Gaze can follow. Another breath in. And a breath out, unwind. Here's where we get really fun. Cross ankle over knee. Bring your hands together. Now move your pubic bone back in space. So you're really trying to touch your tailbone to the wall behind you if there is a wall. You're feeling your hips widen. Last breath in. And breath out. Stand up and release the leg. Second side. Standing on the right leg to lift the left. Couple things to think about. There's downward energy here through the leg, upward energy through the spine. Breathe in and move your knee to the left, keeping your belt straight forward. If there was a belt buckle here, it didn't move to the side, it stays directly forward. Option to extend the hand and focus. Another breath in. Close like a book. Think about the belt buckle. It's stable. Rotate your ribs. Keep breathing. Last inhale. Exhale, unwind. Cross ankle over femur. And let the knee just kind of fall. Press your hands together. And pubic space moves directly back. Sometimes it likes to wander one direction, directly back. So it's like both sides of your butt are trying to touch the floor behind you. One more breath in. And a breath out. Stand up and release. All right, you've done the work. Let's take it down to the floor. Really get into some lengthening stretches for our back and hips. A sun salutation will get us down to the floor. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, dive. Half lift as you inhale. Vinyasa as you choose. High to low plank. We'll meet in downward dog, yogis. Take the transition that serves you. Leaving out what doesn't. Enjoy a breath in and a breath out. Lift your right leg up. Stack or bend your knee and stack your right hip over the left. Inhale and exhale, sweep your right foot through. We're doing a modified version of pigeon, so not full pigeon. Sit down. And I'm not facing you, I will adjust so you can see. So you brought the right knee forward, and then as you lower the left knee down, go ahead and bring your hips to the floor so you end up with your legs bent like this in front of you. Then rotate toward your front leg, which is my right, and fold. So it's a little more accommodating than pigeon. If you do want pigeon, you're welcome to do that. But the double knee or double stag version of pigeon is a little more accessible. We're only here for another breath. Bring your torso up. Extend your back leg out to the side. So you're sitting with one knee bent and the other leg extended. Take your right arm up and over, side bending your body toward the left. And breathe. You might look up. You're welcome to arm circle. We've done a lot of arm circles. The next time you're reaching above head, bring your torso up. Do a little butt walk. Bring your right hip forward so your hips are square to the left leg. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, hinge forward. Take a breath in. And breath out, fold. Inhale. And exhale. Body up again. Take the extended leg, the left one, cross it over the bent one, the right one. Sit up tall. Rotate to your left. Gently unwind. A couple variations here, yogis. You can double stack your knees, one knee over the other, or you can stack shin over knee. Whatever is accessible to you. Sit up tall and hinge forward. Or just sitting up tall might be enough. Inhale, bring your torso back up. Transitioning back to table, plank, and into downward dog. You can do Vinyasa, or you can skip that and just go plank dog, however you like to get to downward dog. Enjoy another breath in. And a breath out. Left leg lifts. Bend the knee and stack the pelvis. Sweep left knee forward for our modified pigeon. So you can bend that knee, and bending that knee sets you kind of askew to your mat, which is totally fine. And then you rotate back toward the front leg, your left, and fold. Or if traditional pigeon is in your practice, you can do pigeon. Yogi's choice. Inhale your body up. Release your right leg out to the side. Sitting up tall on both sit bones, take your left arm up and over. And you're welcome to keep an active reach through the arm, or perhaps circle, exploring space and range of motion. Noticing how the thumb rotates in relation to space. You might reverse that circle if it feels good. And when you find the overhead reach, inhale your body back up. A little butt scoot for the left hip. Sit up tall, inhale, exhale, fold. Inhale, body back up. Take the bent leg, step it over. I'm sorry, I said that wrong. Take the straight legs over the bent leg, so right over left. Sit up tall and rotate. Gently unwind. Options for your double stack. You can stack shins. You can stack knees. When you find the variation that suits you, replant your hips on the floor. Sometimes you're askew. And sit up tall or hinge forward. Next inhale, bring your body up. And transitioning back to downward dog one last time. However that works for you, that could be vinyasa, it could just be plank, and into downward dog. Find all the length you can through the back body, back to the legs, backs of the torso. Then come forward and onto your belly. Forehead on the hands. Pause for a moment, letting your body really soften into the floor. Letting your front body release. Letting your back body release. Right hand finds your right foot. Hold on to the foot. Drawing the heel toward the glute for a quadricep stretch. And to intensify, you can press the pubic bone down to the floor. Gently release that foot, change legs. Draw the left heel toward the glute. Again, anchor the pubic bone to the floor. And gently release. Child's pose again. You can do wide knee variation or closed knee variation. Yogi's choice. Find your breath again in your back space. Take one more breath in child's pose. Return to your belly one last time. I had one thing I wanted to bring in and I forgot to do it, so let's try it here. Bend your knees and crisscross your ankles, alternating which one goes on top. But notice the very gentle sensation in the low back as you cross your ankles. Then move your ankles side to side in tandem, so they both move to the same direction. And it's a different sensation in your low back. Mild sensations, I imagine, but perceptible for sure. Go back to the crisscross, observe that sensation. Go back to tandem. And gently come to your back. You could rotisserie around, or however you can, Find your back. Feet on the floor with knees up toward the sky. Take a big breath in. And a big breath out. Press down into your feet and lift your hips for shoulder bridge. We'll sustain this one. Your hips are lifting up, engaging the glutes. You're opening up through the front of the hips, opening up through the shoulders, strengthening the backside. One more inhale. Exhale the hips back down to earth. Give your knees a squeeze, one hand on each knee. And you can move the knees in and out like pages of a book. You can move them in circles, alternate, yogi's choice. Keep your right knee, extend your left. Stay mindful of the breath. Place your right foot on the floor. Use the foot to scoot the hips to the right so it's easy to drape the knee across the body. So you're in a closed twist. The shoulders are square or on the floor with your chest up toward the sky while your hips are rotating toward the side. The low back is experiencing the twist. Roll to your back once again. The hips might be a square, might be askew, bring them back to square, and trade legs. Left knee in. Place the left foot on the floor. Scoot the hips to the left and drape the knee across the body. One more inhale. And exhale. Return to your back. Double knee hug. And yogi's choice finish. Happy baby. Or an inversion. Whatever you need to close out your practice for today. Or close out the asana part of your practice. And that leads me to my final talk while you're wrapping up your pose. The practice we do on the mat in organizing our body, organizing the breath, bringing together all the parts of ourselves, mind, body, and spirit. It feels extra hard in this time of quarantine to feel those parts of ourselves throughout the day. I feel very scattered at times. So when we're able to feel whole, mind, body, and spirit, and if that has happened for you during your practice, that's awesome. Tap into that at other times throughout the day. Often it's the breath for me that helps remind myself, oh, I'm taking really shallow breaths. I should breathe deeply. Or I might notice tension, anxiety in the body that just requires a little bit of movement, a walk. Stretch of the arms if I've been at my desk. So while we wrap up our asana practice, I invite you to take the yoga off your mat however you can for the next 2 days until we see you on Friday. bring yourself onto the mat and set up for our Shavasana. And you may need to jet off to the rest of your day, but before you do, give yourself the gift of 10 breaths. That can be inhale, exhale 1, or inhale 1, exhale 2. I'll let you decide how much time you have, but take these 10 breaths as if they're the only 10 breaths you have to do today. The only thing that's required of you today are these 10 breaths. Convince yourself that nothing else needs to be done. I'll leave you with a mantra as you're finishing your final meditation. Swasti prajabhya paripalayantam nayena margena mahi mahisha go brahmanibhya shubhamasta nityam loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Join me for one Om. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. Have a fantastic week, yogis. Take a sip of water. I don't know if you can feel the humidity in your space, but I can feel it in mine. And I really look forward to seeing you soon. Have a great week.